I heard in the distance, it sounded like someone was walking on the driveway. I thought it was my mom coming back to make breakfast. There was a fog, like a low mist hovering over the ground a little bit, but I couldn't see anyone. But then I saw this thing, and he was standing off in the distance. It was maybe about 50 yards or so. It was just standing there, and the best I can describe it is the guy who had deer legs and the face. It looked like someone wearing a hollowed out deer skull. I couldn't see his eyes, but then it turned its head to me. So where the eyes should be, you just see black holes. We looked at each other, and that's when I knew it was something else. I kind of got scared, so I hid below the windowsill. I could hear one footstep hit the gravel driveway, and then from there, I hear three. Next thing I know, it's at the cabin. The distance from the porch of the cabin to the end of the driveway is about 50 feet. I don't know if it jumped or if it flew or what, but it covered that ground in 3 steps, and it was on the porch. It started to walk up the stairs. It was about 3 feet from the door at that point. I was confused and really scared.
Let me in.
I remember hearing my mom's voice.
Don't leave me out here.
I thought maybe what I saw was in my mind and my mom was on the porch. I wasn't sure if I should look out the window to see if my mom's there or just stay there hiding.
Open the door!
If it was my mom, she would keep asking me, or she would put down whatever she was carrying and open the door herself. And none of that happened.
I won't ask you again. Let me in!
It was still asking to come in my mom's voice, but every time that it was refused entry, it kind of got deeper.
Open the door! Answer me!
It sounded like someone recorded my mom's voice and played it backwards.
Open the door!
It happened within the blink of an eye, from trying to casually open the door to it kind of kicking and punching at the door. I didn't open the door because there was no way that was my mom.
Let me in!
It was the creature with the deer head.
Answer me! Open the door!
It seemed like it was trying to break down the door. The main feeling was just fear of what's going to happen if it gets in. It just stopped hitting the door. It stopped asking me to come in. I heard loud footsteps leaving the porch. And when I looked back up, it was gone. When my parents got back to the cabin, they said that they didn't see anything. They didn't hear anything while they were down at the lake. They didn't hear anything walking up. They said, could have just been an animal who was eating a deer. I asked my parents, if there was anything in the world that was like that. They said no. I didn't think that I would ever see it again. For years, I questioned what I saw a lot. It would come up, every now and then when we're sitting around campfires or hanging out with friends. But it wasn't always on my mind until the second time that I saw it. It was a late May day, and it was crisp air. It was in the morning. It was beautiful. Cleanest air you can breathe in. It was about a 37-mile hike on the top of the Madison Range, so it was around 12,000 feet. There's not much wildlife up there, and my plan was just to hike from peak to peak. It was just me. There's not a lot of people that know about that trail. I was just hiking along the trail, just enjoying the scenery. I could hear birds singing in the distance. I can hear the wind, bugs, crickets. Then it got quiet. There wasn't any birds singing. There wasn't any bugs. There was nothing. I started feeling really anxious. It seemed like someone was watching me. I saw something standing off to the side. I thought maybe some crazy up in the woods of Montana playing jokes on people. I've seen deer, elk, moose, all that, and it wasn't anything like that. I saw what looked to be the creature again.